I haven't streamed in such a long time. Actually, when was the last time I streamed? Actually, let's see here. Last time I streamed was around. I was like, actually gonna go in YouTube and up and check this. Plug my YouTube, by the way. Let's see. Last time I streamed was March. Oh my god, that was a long, long time. And then I uploaded the, let's see. I uploaded the guy to, Escape from Tarkov. Wow. In September, so I haven't, like, made content in, over... Wow. Oh, hey. What's up? So, yeah, I was just getting some stuff set up. I haven't really used my third monitor for streaming at all, so I have Twitch up here, and OBS up here, and then Discord on the side. Hope the audio to mic is like pretty good. Hopefully the audio isn't too quiet for the background music. There we go. Let's see. Okay, that's there. That's there. Thank you. Yeah. So, for this, I am thinking. Background music's too quiet. Thank you. Here. Is that a little bit better? Here. Maybe I could do. Let me crank that up a little bit more. Is that better? Here, maybe a little bit more. That should be a lot better. Okay, thank you. Hope your Thanksgiving was good, man. I really didn't do much at Thanksgiving except, I don't know, just had turkey. Read a little bit in my notebook and design document for this game I'm working on. What I plan on doing here is, here, actually I'm going to put myself on the live scene. Yeah, so, here, let me just, there we go. There we go. So what I'm thinking of doing here is, let's see, creating some test assets up Streamlabs this side here, and pop this open. Alrighty. How's Thanksgiving here? Where are you from? Okay. There we go. So I'm thinking of making some test assets because everything I've been doing was in like the main game pipeline, and I want to create a separate scene. Australia. Nice. A scene. And then where was I lost my thought. So yeah, originally, what I was doing for my game was everything was in like a test. Everything was in like the main game scene. I originally created a test scene and then moved stuff to the main scene and stuck in the main scene for Unity. I'm developing this in Unity. And yeah, I'm thinking of moving stuff into another test scene, so in that way I can test things a lot easier because it's getting a little bit too over encumbered in like design. So I don't want the main pipeline to be cluttered with stuff that I might be cutting later. So let's first right here create a plane so I can have, there we go, and then import a reference model so I can keep scale. Let's see. Where did I put this? Let's see. Here's my asset file. The one thing that's never sorted out. Alright, there you go. Characters, humans. There we go. Let's see. Normal, this is the one I want. Will that import? No. So file, import, import this, FBX, let's see, there's humans, yes, so I plan on, making a N64 style game in Unity. Since let's see, I started I think in May, and a lot of the stuff I've been working on was in the back end, like developing character controllers, test assets, procedural dungeon generation. Combat, turn-based combat is actually not that documented, at least for Unity. So figuring out how to do something like that was kind of difficult. That was honestly the longest thing, was figuring out how to do saving and developing the combat system, which is going to be turn-based combat. There we go. I can delete the armature because this is just going to be a scale. And yeah, let me actually pull out my notebook here. Let's see. Certain things in my personal coder. I'm learning as I go. I'm currently a second year college student studying computer science with a minor in cybersecurity. College is kind of expensive, so yeah, I'm hoping I could take the skills I've learned and make a couple side projects with them as like a hobby, and maybe sell something. I don't know. This game I know I really want to make as a demo first, just to see if like this kind of game would actually work. It's the idea came from the fact that like there aren't that many third-party Nintendo 64 games because of a boycott. At least that's the kind of research that I discovered. Here, let's see. And like the reasoning, or well, the main inspiration is the fact that Earthbound 64, what came to be known as Mother 3, started off as a Nintendo 64 game, and I figured that would be very cool. Like, make a JRPG in the style of the guess like that, like I don't know. It's just it's gonna be something, and I hope it'll be something that'll work. Kind of a bit of a risk, but I don't mind taking that. I've come this far, and I really don't want it to go to waste. Anyways, where was I? So I know I want there to be a an area to test events, NPCs, signs. I know I want there to be a little corner for saving, a little area to celebrate, to test elevation, chest, so I can work on item and inventory systems, and in-game shop. So let's see. Actually, since I'm using Eevee, I can just add a sunlight, and then use the render so I can get a better idea of what I'm working with, and then scale that up just so I can get an idea on how big I want the test area to be. Yeah, that looks good. So I will name this the test plane reference. So, you know, scale reference. And cube. And this elevation test. That up here. That up here. So I could test varying elevation levels. Apply the model. There we go. I don't need these faces. No, this way. Scene. Alright, all transforms. see here. Which plane is this? That's that plane. This R180. This R180. Nope, wrong one. And take this, right there, right there, right there, right there. Alright. Alright. And so we do that. And then move this. Perfect. This is the one I'm going to export. This one is just there for reference, just for scale. This wall is also over here. Probably just gonna add a there's a cube built-in cube model in Unity. I just put that there, so I'm not gonna even bother with texturing. That's just gonna be there for reference. All right. What else am I gonna need? Let's see. Let me look at what I have. So, in object mode, set the anything? Nope. No, I want there to be like a shop here. Just like a test trigger for a shop. And a test chest here. So yeah, I think this would be good. Let's see. Maybe I should add... I want to experiment with an event system where if you hit a switch, it opens a door. So I know I want something to represent a switch model. Again, this is just to make sure I have an idea on like where I want everything to be before I actually start importing stuff into Unity. I know for a fact I want this elevation test object in, and these are just going to be built-in cubes. That's in Unity. Same with this and this wall. I think I already have a sign model in the game. I don't know. Actually, wait. I actually don't think I do. Let's see. I also need some test textures. So, like, the camera view is going to be, like, top-down. Top-down, but, skewed at a 45-degree angle. Actually, here, I think it's better to demonstrate if I actually pull it up in Unity. Let's see. Unity. There we go. And then hit play. Actually, let me see. Let me disable that. So, like, this is currently what I have as, like, a scene that's probably going to be in the final game. So, like, but this is a duplicate because I plan on deleting everything in this copy of the scene and then putting the test assets in so I don't have to worry about lighting or something. There's also, I also want to leave like some beta content into the game as like a bit of an Easter egg. That is something I most definitely want to do, and the player would have a way in the game to access that beta content as an Easter egg. So like, we have like a rough area. I tried to keep it in the constraints of the of what the Nintendo 64 could actually handle. So like in a scene like this, I can definitely see like it being locked at like 24 frames a second. That's kind of what Ocarina of Time does. Ocarina of Time, for example, is locked to I think 24. Actually, no. I think it's actually a little bit lower. I think Ocarina of Time is locked at 20 frames. So like there are some void updates where it checks something every frame. That's currently going on right now in the console. But this is stuff I want to yeah, that's just because I disabled this game object without properly setting the flags in game. This actually works. This error net doesn't really show up. But yeah, it's checking per frame. I preferably want to remove this stuff, but really it wouldn't take a hit on performance if the game is locked at a certain frame rate. And if it's doing something like 20 frames a second, 24 frames per second, it's not really going to make much of a difference. But in the long term, I do want to get rid of that. I know I'm rambling a lot. But like, yeah, so I have basic controls down, camera switching between different views. There is saving and loading the game. That's a feature that does work. Oh yeah, and as you can see, there's also a working dialogue system that actually does have the ability to branch. So like if I actually hit yes here, it actually saves the game. Thank you. There's a lot of work that I just put like unnecessary detail into. So like there's a lot of things I like coded that I'm probably only going to use once. Or like something that like might actually never use. The let's see. What's the feature I'm probably gonna use once and never use? I actually don't know. Well, I'll get there when I get there, but so like this area is intended to be like a main hub area. Yeah, that's right. You're actually right, because like, well, an example, ironically, right now is Deltarune, as Cyber's World is playing right now. So there is a, so like this is gonna be like, it's just like a quick sell system right here. Restock, save game, resting, healing. For the save game area, I do want to make it so that there is character interaction between these group of characters. So like this, kind of like in Persona 5, where some of the rest areas can actually have a unique dialogue that like you might never like bat an eye on, but it's there as like an attention to detail. Let's see. Let's see. Let me enable this this game object. Disable this one. So this is the main hub, and there's this pit that's kind of inspired off of like, I don't know, there's like different levels, like different like I guess sections, and each floor is randomly generated. So like if I actually pause this scene, you can see how certain like presets are set. So like for example, if I open this one, go to the container here, this one is divided into 3x3s. I mean 1x3s, or well, whatever. I mean 3x3s, yeah. And for each 3x3, okay, so like I kind of based it off of, I guess one way to put it is Tartarus. A lot of people hate Tartarus, and some people hate the answer for Persona 3, and I actually liked the answer, and that's kind of what I based it on, like how Cease would basically, instead of going up into Tartarus, they're going down in the abyss of time. So like, yeah, it's like going down, and I designed the code so that this is so like in a game like Persona, where Tartarus could be like, I think it was like 620 floors. I think 620 something. What I did was, because I knew it was like that would be ridiculous, like having every scene be its own random generation. So like scene 1 and then it goes to scene 2. I just had it, so I designed it so that the if I find the Singleton script, these globals, there's an event manager that keeps track of the current floor and the deepest floor that the player goes down. Yeah, 600 something. I'm actually gonna Google this real quick. Persona 3 Tartarus. It was like 600 something. The fact that I could even like let's see, if I type in 6, Control F. Oh no, it was 264 floors. I mistook it. I was thinking 620, but no, it was 260. I had the 2 and the 6 mixed up. It does feel like 600 floors though. Last time I played was like over the summer on a PlayStation 2 emulator. Since like getting a copy of I think getting a copy of Persona 3 FES is kind of hard in the United States, I think. Actually, I don't know how much it is now. Let me actually check that real quick. Persona 3 FES PlayStation 2. Let's see if I go on. Yeah, it's like $33 for like a used copy of Persona 3. So yeah. Might be harder to get in Australia. Actually, I think it might definitely be a lot more expensive in Australia to get a game like this. I do have a PlayStation 2, so I could get an original copy if I so chose to play it. But like, what's stopping me from actually my first Persona was Persona 4 Golden on the PlayStation. Yeah, I think the Vita. Yeah, Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, and then I went to Persona 5, and then I went back to Persona 3, and then I played a little bit of Persona 2 Innocent Sin. I haven't really finished it. That's a game I should stream if I could find a proper version that does not have a certain character with a mustache but wearing the sunglasses. That's kind of what's. If that's a game I would stream Persona 2. I would stream Persona 2, but you know who is in it, and my account would probably get banned. Feel old now. You gotta be, huh. When Persona 4 came out for the Vita, I was like, well, what? That was like 2012, so I was like 11 at the time. I think it was 2012. Yeah, 2012. So I was like 11 at the time, and that was interesting. So where was I? Let's see. So there's a current floor and a deepest floor, and instead of creating a new scene every time, what it does is the counter goes up, and then the scene just resets itself. So even though this is floor 4, technically I could set this to floor 1, and it'll still be the same scene. So that saves so much gain space. And like, let's see, if I descend down one more time, it'll set me back to the entrance. So I designed this so that in a certain range, I'm gonna open up the script real quick. I actually don't have this one set up on OBS, but it's designed so that actually no, it's not this script. It's a floor. Wait. What script do I have this referencing? 7 references. Oh, script change floor.
First blood!
So if I go to script floor counter and go to the project right here and type in script floor counter. Oh, I could just show it here. I have it so that, like, in a certain range, it'll look for the scene name of I'm supposed to grab it. It's kind of hard to see because it's gray on white, but in a certain range, it'll read section 1, which was the name of the scene right here, and it kept like re-rolling the dice on regenerating. So like floor 1, scene, it's section 1 because it's in between this range, and then it just resets the scene until 2, 3, 4, and if the current floor is of a different range, then the scene will change so that different assets can be loaded. For debug reasons, I set it so that the if the floor is if the floor is out of bounds as a way to catch the error, it'll go to the main hub scene. So if I know it's like, if for some reason the player accidentally does something so that it's floor -1, it'll go back here. Because I set it to the, so that it is this scene name if nothing else happens. So like section 1 and then floor 5, it'll change to section 2 and there'll be a completely different asset. Or like, I could change it so that like, if there are key, like story important floors, like certain floors I know I want to be handmade. So like floor 5 is going to be a handmade floor with assets relating to that floor. I'm intending on there to be like a giant door or something like that that the player will open, and that'll end the demo. But yeah, that's the concept I have. I put a lot of the work I feel like I could have done a lot faster. I lost my train of thought again. So, oh yeah, I feel like a lot of the progress I've made could have been done a lot faster. I mixed, for some of the assets, yeah, man, you're right. I'm learning as I go. This is technically, this is technically like the, 3rd game I've tried working on. There was another game before this I was working on, in, college my freshman year, last year, where it was a VR, it was like a VR game, and I managed to learn how to make that, and that's a game I might, like, that game has been shelved, but like, that game was based off of like, my, time working as a fast food worker at a, restaurant, but I just figured the gameplay wouldn't be fun, so I just scrapped it. But this I've been working on like now just so I can get a better idea on like more core elements like saving and dialogue, stuff like that. I'm gonna save this since I made changes. I have developed a UI. This is an inventory. That's something I really want to polish on and like learn. But for now, I need to make test assets or something like that. So if I go back here to Paint, to Blender, I need to make some test assets. So what I'm thinking of is if I open up Paint, here on PDN, I could try making some test install when I exit. Some like dev room texture. So I'll try 32 by 32 since most textures of the Nintendo 64 were of the 32 by 32 resolution. In Unity? Yeah, there's a lot to making a JRPGs. So like, I actually started making games back in high school. They were like small, like 2D Unity games. This was back when let me open up Unity Hub because I don't remember what version. Actually, no, I'm just going to Google this. Unity 20. Yeah, it was like back when like Unity version 2017.1, I think. Yeah, it was like Unity 2017 was like when I like. Wait. No. It was like Unity 5.6, I think. I always wanted to code my own like in-house engine, but like really that would require me to learn C or C++ because Java and C# aren't really the best at like making games on an engine level. Even though Minecraft was made in Java, that was honestly. That's a decision that confused me, was like when Notch made Minecraft and he used Java. Because Java does not perform well for games, except if it's Android games. At least that's just to my knowledge as a computer science student. Yeah, I don't really... Yeah. You're right on that too, man. But like... to work on an engine level, that's something that would be best at learning. I never tried Rust. Is Rust... I've heard of Rust by name. Does Rust work... Is structured... Is Rust structured more like Java or C? Or well, Java or C++? In a sense, like object orientation and all that. Let's see here. If I... Just because I... This is just so I can get an idea on like how I want these squares to look. Or like C. I've always had issues learning like more languages like C, C++, That's something I've always had issues learning, but like, the reason why I have a hard time with C is probably just because I'm so used to object-oriented design. But like, something I need to bite the bullet of is I'm gonna have to learn C anyways because I'm in the military. And what I'm trying to go for is being cyber in the United States Army, and that requires me to learn C. At least to like an entry-level degree. Here, let me see. Do I have my thing designed? I have my drawing tablet in left-handed or right-handed mode. Let's see. I have it in left-handed mode. Good. Let's see. I'll start off with a that, or I'll hide that. I'm on the wrong layer. That. I'm gonna design the, actually, I don't even need my drawing tablet. Just do it like... this, and... there we go. And then... I want to do this. Yeah. This is just a dev test texture, so I'm not too concerned. Let's see. If I do merge down, and I use this texture to actually merge it down one more time. C, Control V. There we go. And use this to dev. I have a texture folder somewhere, I think. No, I do not. This one. Test wall.png. And then save as test floor.png. There we go. The test floor adjustments, black and white. There we go. This was a quick, like, on the fly, like, dev text texture that I was like just thinking of, kind of inspired of like how the Source engine does dev test textures, like how the Source engine would here like, let's see. I'm inspired off of like the Source engine's dev textures that are like orange and like gray. I also think that's a good just test color palette, because it's like if you accidentally leave like a test object in, that's like it'd be able to stick out. So like, actually, I think my game design days go a lot earlier than high school, because I used to toy around with the Hammer editor in the Source engine. That was something that like I had a lot of fun doing. And like, I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but like, there was like an old like Team Fortress 2 trade server that like I made a map for. I don't know if I still have that file on my computer. That was like back when I moved, and I don't think, yeah, I didn't switch hard drives, but I did try to move as much stuff as I could. Here, let me just test. Test wall. There we go. What was your step on game design? Because like, I guess in one way I started off on the Source engine. It's a shader, alright. And then diffuse image. And then dev. Just so I can get an idea. Test 4. Although I probably could just duplicate that. Oh. I'll just Control C. There we go. So like, Unity was like the next. Actually, no. I started with Source, and then I tried Unreal, but like I didn't have a good enough computer at the time to, I guess, use Unreal for development. This was like 2016, and then I got my new computer, and then that was like when I like completely forgot about Unreal, and then I just went to Unity. That was like between middle school and high school. Yeah, I know I want something like this to test that. I'll be able to test elevation. There we go, just in case if I need to test more than the that. What else might I want to test? Let's see. Oh, I forgot to switch from paint to blender. All right, there we go. I remember my high school year. So like, how long ago was that? Was that like late, like early, like 2010s, or because like I just googled it real quick. Some of these engines are kind of around that time. Yeah, Love 2D was. I just googled it like 2008. Was there a lot of documentation on that stuff? Let me name this stuff. Let's see, do I want to do, put a, do I want to, another, Jesus, I'm young in comparison. I'm only like 20. Jeez. 28. Well, I guess one way to look at it is you have a lot of wisdom under your belt. Definitely a few things I could probably learn off of you. Where was I? Alright. So, do I want to make a door system? I feel like if I'm doing like a random dungeon generation coding, like a switch that activates a door that you need to continue would be pretty difficult to code. I don't mean it like that, man. You can bonk me on the head for youthful ignorance. But my point was, man, that you have a lot of knowledge for like working with like engines like that, and being a lot older and like just like starting before I even knew what a game engine was. Let's see. So, let me just delete that cube. Let's see. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, like I feel like having like a switch or like a key card to open a door like Doom might be a bit too hard to code. Because like there would have to be like a bunch of checks and balances to make sure like that the switch or like the key card is reachable and isn't beyond like the unreachable door that it needs to unlock. Yeah. Yeah. If there's one thing I've guessed is that who really cares like what you make a game with? How you can probably make a game with like sticks and rocks, but as long as it's fun, it's fun. As long as people can like it and like just have a good time with it. Yeah, I get what you're putting them in. Let's see. Yeah, I want to scrap the idea of like a switch and a door. That's probably a bit too hard to code. But it doesn't hurt just to have it. So I take a second plane instead of like doing that and like moving that here. And let's do that there. And then have a switch that either activates a proposed door or bridge. That might work. There's really only like one thing I'm really concerned about with this game is since the enemies are going to be spawning on randomly generated corridors and rooms, is I guess developing a nav mesh, like having like a nav mesh generate for each floor. 'Cause, like, yeah, I could have like a nav mesh for like I guess like these 3x3 rooms, but like say if like the player goes from one 3x3 to the other, the nav meshes would kind of like fall apart because the enemy wouldn't be able to move outside of their 3x3 space. So like, yeah, that's gonna be an issue. That's a roadblock I'm gonna have to like bite down and learn, but like if I learn it, then like I could just apply it to other games. Let's see. So like I do want to test that out. What if I do this? Like do this to test how like Z. Yep. That's how water would potentially work, because I didn't want there to be like the typical like water dungeon that like, or like water segment, but I don't want to be like water. I just want to be like the player wading through water. So I do want to test how like ripple effects would work. Let's do this. And this can also see if I can get it so that enemies can walk above or below like certain like elevations. Let's do last. Where's it last? Yeah. Have ways to generate that much, isn't it? Hold on 1 second. I'm actually going to add what you just said to the design doc, because I think that's going to be very, very... what you just said might be super important for me to know, because like, I never really experimented with nav meshes. This would be my first time with it. Where is my... I have like 37 tab. 37 like windows open with like 20 tabs on each. I like having 32 gigs of RAM, but it's a curse because it means I get super unorganized on Chrome. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh, it was here the entire time. Right in my Twitch preview. Let me just add this to my wherever dungeon. Add what you said and then nav mesh front generates that. Must have runtime. So actually, if I open up Task Manager right now, I could probably just, let's see, Google Chrome. I have 62 tabs open. I don't need that many tabs. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, I could just do that. And have like an enemy spawn here. I'll just recreate this and then port it over to Unity. So like, I'm gonna start doing that. Let me open up Unity. Make sure I'm on debug scene. With the inspector all the way over here. Debug scene, and then I can just start. Yep. Where's my scene? Make sure. Yep. Make sure I'm on the debug scene. Start deleting this stuff, and then I can just find. should put some of these groups in their own game objects. Like their own like set empty game object, because it's game. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those assets there. That there. Don't need that lantern. Move this right. Actually, no, I'm gonna do that. So, like, take the character model, move it at 0, 0. What is it? Rotation at 35. Set that to 0. So, like, now I'm just gonna take this and just basically like port at just the general design into Unity, which should be easy. I tend to like, what I like to do is I like to block things out in Blender just because it's just a lot easier for me to like move stuff around and like reset it and like swap out textures. It's just how I do it. It's probably not the best way to block things out, but I guess for like level design, I guess that might be good. Plus, if I need to like add a texture to make it easier to see, it's just easier in Blender because it's just a matter of just like clicking this button. Ouch, I forgot to switch it to Blender. Yeah, like say if I need to like add a placeholder texture, it's just as easy as just doing this, and then just. That's just why I like Blender. It's just easier for me to see stuff. Let's see here. Where is my... There we go. Let's see here. So let's, I guess, create that plane first. Game object. Should probably create an empty. Yeah, so I can put the mesh. I know I don't need underscores, but sometimes I like using them, sometimes I don't. It's like a habit I got from like programming. So let's see. I need that. So create video object. Where's no, I don't want that. I want quad. Quad is what I'm looking for because that's just a singular. Yeah. You know what? No. Maybe. Where's the original web here? Oh yeah, it's because of 0, 0, 0. Then up the scale by 5, 5. Let's do 30 by 20. Then I can move down over here so I can easily test saving. This oh, it's that. Shit, man, that blows. That's one thing I am worried about checking is like a file that like, or like a project that like I've been working on from like 5 years ago. It's like, this was a cool idea. I want to see this again, and then it's just gone. Like, I'm just too scared to go like dig through my hard drive and just see if it's there or not. I don't. It feels like too much of a fear for me to have, but oh well. Let's see. Where do I have it on here? I don't actually have to restock, so I'll just... local, I think? No, it's not local. Center. A pivot. And I've been thinking of doing that too. Just like cloud storage, but like I understand like back then, like for you probably like didn't really have that much of an option because cloud storage wasn't as big like back in like 2010, 2011, 2012 than it is now. What I want to do is just buy like a NAS storage server and just move all my files in there, because like, yeah, I could upload them on a Mega or Google Drive, but like it's just so like when you have like gigabytes, like over like 100 gigabytes of stuff or assets or like Blender files, it kind of like yeah, I feel you too. When I was when I started developing, I was developing like source stuff on a Dell Optiplex. So it's like, yeah, that was a mess and a half. And like just the only thing the Optiplex had going for it was it had like a crappy custom AMD card, graphics card in it. And all I could do was just like run Skyrim at like 28 frames a second, which was good for the time, but like a game like GTA 4, I would have to run on super low settings. Skyrim is a super easy game to run and all, but like a game like GTA 4 ran at like 30 frames at like low settings. And like the only like tools I could really use that like I wouldn't have any like a performance hit was like the Source engine. Just because the Source engine just like the tools for that came out in like 2001. When like actually no, like maybe like 02, 03 when the Half-Life 2 beta was leaked. Ah, man. And now here I am, like, if I even open up my Blender thing right now and just go to properties, I have like 18 gigs of like project files in Blender alone, including some of the assets I'm making here in I forgot to switch to Unity again. Oh well. I'm using different screen captures, so it's like I have to manually swap them out if need be. And like I tend to forget that. And that. Let's see. I actually want to import these textures real quick. These dummy textures. This is the original texture that I had. Let's see. Blender files. Up. So like how I went is I went from Source Engine, and then I went to 3D modeling in Blender, and then I went from like Unreal to like Unity. Yeah, Blender was also something like my PC could run okay. Not render stuff, but like make models for. Like, yeah. Like, if you look like to the left of like my avatar right here, that bass guitar was made in Blender all the way back in like 2018. Because I had a bass guitar that used to look just like that. Where is it? I keep forgetting that because this one file just stays out of order for some reason. Dev. Move these here. Set this to trilinear. Apply. This one too. No, I don't want to. Trilinear. Apply. I don't remember how I didn't really go with the scheme for this. Let's see. Can I even... Yeah, I didn't bother with smoothness. I also have these disabled. Not that it matters because you really can't tell. But there you go. Now that's kind of presentable. Set the intensity to 1. There we go. What else was I gonna add? Oh yeah. To this. Just gonna copy that. New scene. Paste it. Let's make it look neat. No, that's fine. I don't really care. It's a dev texture. That's okay. Yeah. Let me change this to This. This wall. I don't know. Guess the test. There we go. And then I could. I should probably save this. There we go. Save. Export. FBX. Oh, this, oh. Didn't hit. There we go. Let's see. Test elevation. And then I want this to be stored in dev. There we go. And then switch over to Unity. This time, not forget to switch the scenes over on OBS. Some of the old textures. Oh wow, that didn't. I don't think that scaled well over. Did it? Or am I just making things up? Yeah, I'm just making things up. Yeah, it scaled well. It looks bigger than I thought it would be in Unity. Not that I'm complaining. Maybe. Over here. That's kind of weird how that's calculated. Oh yeah, that's because of lighting. Pretty neat. Let's move this over a little bit more. Let's see. And section. No, not here. I want to go to textures, dummy, and then actually duplicate this. Rename this to test wall. Add the source engine looking auto here. There we go. And then add, let's see. There we go. I know I shouldn't be using Mesh Collider in most cases, but I feel like this would be fine. There we go. And then move. This over here. There we go. go. Let me go to textures again. There we go. In this, I can just gradually scale. There we go. Change that to convex so that that renders better. I want this to have a box collider. This. Huh. I also added a bit of a fog effect. Like, with how the camera is angled, I like how it has that like unique like fog effect up here, where things can kind of fade in. That's just Unity's built-in fog feature. Okay. Tests. Okay. That is exactly how I want this to work. The console. Is there anything? Yeah, this flag. I really should change that. Instance. Yeah. That is because this is not active. Yeah. So I don't really need that. Yeah, that feels like that's a good... start for a test map. If I, close out Blender here, and then I can just hide that. Yeah, that's about rough to what I want currently. To give myself a little extra tools that I could use to test with. Now, if I go back to the Blender here, I can create that. New scene. Test area for a slight water submersion. That should be not enough for the player to get into. Actually, I could just dissolve these vertices. No, that won't work. Or is it dissolved edge? No. That'll work. Do the old merge at last. I know this isn't the most efficient way to merge vertices in Blender, but it just allows me to just feel a little bit more productive than I actually am, because I'm it's like if you're you're up and running, and like if you walk after you're having a very intense run or a jog, it becomes a lot harder to get yourself back up and running again to a full-on sprint. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. And then I can just mark scene. All transforms. Just put this one as test floor, and this as, actually I'll just set this one to test wall, and this one to test floor, and then I can do the floor model. Let me that I have an idea. Yep. Save. Export. I feel like that's a bit too steep. If I could have seen copy, paste, that'd be enough. Nah, it's not enough. I need this to steep a little bit more. I want this to be at the, at most the character's, ankles. Character controller can't really, allow it to step down to something like this, so I'm just gonna make it so that it is a gradual slope. There we go. Then I can save that, I can delete that. Save it again, because I am like that. To FBX. Test pool.fbx. Save that one more time. Open up the Unity. And then put a project. Dummy test room. Huh. I didn't know Blender could save materials like how this just did. That's interesting. Ah, I see. It doesn't really like textures, but it likes a solid like diffuse. That Blender has. Look at the textures, and then where was I? Oh yeah. Here. This floor. Yeah, it's a bit wiggly. Oh well. Then I can have an enemy here. Actually, I think I have an enemy prefab already set up. Yeah. This is the original one. Let's set the Z to 0. Set the Y to 0. Move that back. There's no nav mesh. So it just sits here. And it should go to the battle scene if I add that in. So if I add let's duplicate this quad. Lower the scale. And put this to 6. 7. Lower this a little. Seeking the player. Go back up and down. Yep. Oh, I forgot to put collision here. This changes to mesh lighter. There we go. This should work now. Yep. 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 That has not been added to the scene. So if I go to save, build settings, there we go. If this doesn't work, then I might have broke something while I was moving stuff over. Yeah. So originally the combat system did work. I have a vague idea on why it's not here. So... Oh, I know why. It's because, yeah, the container is looking for, or something in this scene. It's actually been a while. Last time I, worked on the combat system was, in June. But what I do know is that this did work before. And I think it's not working now because as I have it now, if I go to project and reload I hope the stream didn't just pick up that Windows notification, but if I go to what did I have it as? I had it under scenes, the title screen. I think it was here. Yeah, this was in here, and that has the stats for each character. I don't know why this is in the singleton. Oh, I know why. It's because it's not saved to the global's prefab. Not that it really matters. That's a click change away. I won't worry about that now. But if I go to test dungeon, no, it's not that one. This was the I don't know if this is broken, but this is the working title. I got a new game. Object asset distance. Oh, I see why. You gotta build settings. That's because these aren't in. I'll leave those in for now, testing purposes. but yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, it's because I added these dialogue stuff in, so it's not working, but yeah. So the combat system does work, I just need to re-implement it back into the main branch. This was like the early build, where if I go here, this was the original test scene I had before, which used a sample like version of the dungeon, the original like dungeon assets I used for testing purposes. I might reuse some of these assets, but change up the textures because this is very programmer artish, as you can see by this crate. And if I go to the newer debug scene, I hand painted the crates a lot better than I did before. This is a huge step up. Although, I don't know if this is too high res for a Nintendo 64 texture. Even though this is a 32 by 32 resolution on these boxes. This is also 32 by 32, but because the camera is pointed upwards like this, the resolution looks a lot more detailed than I want it to be, because the Nintendo 64 has muddy textures, and yeah, oh well. I should update this running animation, it's kind of sloppy. Let's see, let me just play around with this while I think. Let's see. I'll just add a. While I think, I'm gonna add a quad here. No, I don't want that one. Is this one? Yeah. And oh, I want to change it to 90, not 99. And then, set the scale, is it? I'll just set it to 7 by 7. And then, move this down slightly. Yeah, this is just a test, yeah, for water. And then, if I go to textures, I can just dummy, create, material, test, water. Set to opaque, transparent. Let this do a nice blue. Put the smoothness all the way down. Don't need that. And then set this opacity down. So it looks sort of like water. Let's see what this looks like in the right here. Actually, is the what's the collider doing? If I go here, walking on it. It's weird. Oh, I see why. Let me just get rid of this collider because I don't want the. This is supposed to be a water thing. I want this. Oh wait, I accidentally got rid of the wrong collider. Uh-oh. This is the one I want to get rid of. Let me change this to water. So I know what these are. Bridge. What's this quad? This quad is the, I'll call this one, main quad. Actually, I'm feeling a little funny. Lord Farquaad. That's test pool. I really should be more consistent with these naming conventions. I mean, normally, I am for scripts because I call those a lot, and like sorting through them is kind of a pain. Sorting between objects if I just want scripts only. Let's see. Yeah, and then if I want to add like a ripple effect per movement, I can later. But for now, this is good just to see like how the character's model in opacity would work at like this camera angle. So it looks like he is submerged, even though I want it more ankle level. But oh well. And this is kind of taking shape to kind of what I wanted. If I tab through these and go to Blender and then yeah. Sorta. Let's see. Oh, I didn't do that. If I go back here, what other things do I need to add? To add a something to test. Zero. Kind of picky about like I hate how like if something's like 6.405 or something like that, I actually don't like that. So it's like I try to keep it like neat numbers just because it's just what helps me. This should play. Yeah. Huh? Is it playing an animation, or is it just because here. I go. Yeah, it is. It's just very subtle, and it's kind of hard to see from a distance. I gotta work on a better particle system for this. Let's add a box collider. And two. Yeah, actually, no, I want that to be. There we go. Let's make this a bit smaller. Make it 0.8. I set it to 6.6. Yeah. Another box collider. This will be the trigger. 2, no, not 11. 1, 1. Not 3, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll do. And add a script dialog activator. And then my dialog, not this one. I have a scripts one for this. Where I store all the dialogue as scriptable objects. Great job. Let's see. Then I can change this to there we go. That's an object that can test that in case I ever modify dialogue again. Let's see. And then this one, just the 180. Yep. No, I want -4. Actually, no, that's too negative. Add a box collider. No, I want 1, 2, 0.7, 0.7, and then another box collider. This will be the trigger. This will be 2, 1. 3, 5. I want to have it as 2, 3. I want this one to be the same. And add the script dialog activator. With a dialog response event. Put that over there. I don't think I need my drawing tablet anymore for tonight. Set. But this one activates the dialogue, and this one makes it so that there can be possible response events. And if I go here, go to the dialogue response manager, actually no, I don't think this is the one I want. Is that one either? Yeah, I sometimes forget how to do certain things, even though I do them like hundreds of times. If I actually go back to its main, I can see how I could get around. So it was a that one. That's a good example. This. This is why I needed that test scene. It's because I just forgot how to do things that I've done hundreds of times. I don't know why it's slipping on me. Oh, wait. It's tied to the dialogue object. That's what it was. I think. If I go to here. Well, valid data. Yeah, it was saved here the entire time. Responses. I feel a little bit dumb. So let's create some test dialogue for this. Items, UI. Let's call this test branching dialogue. I'm gonna try and kill two birds with one stone here. Maybe. So if I do this. I don't. It's probably because it's like 1 in the morning, but I don't know why I'm making test dialogue like this. Maybe it's just to raise my morale because I've worked on this project for so long and I've just. Branch 1. Test branch 2. And then I can add this one, this one, this one, this one. And then I can set the dialogue activator to this one. How this one is designed, this is actually borrowed code from a guide because dialogues are kind of hard, and I modified it to fit my game's use case. In the main dialogue base, I credited the original author behind how this code is structured, and some of the base variables and base methods. I think I also credited this guy in the my design doc. So if I go, no, this isn't the design doc. This is the design doc. I keep forgetting it's right next to my Twitch overlay acknowledgements. Let's see. I'll find it later, but he basically created a good framework for making dialogue, branching dialogue, and all that. And I modified it so that certain events can be saved and all that, and made it so that if you talk to something once, you can only talk to it once, and it'll just outright disable itself. So is disableable. So it's if you talk to them, you won't be able to talk to them again. That's an interesting thing I've added. So let's do. Let's set this own game object that it's in on response to game object set active. Yep. I can go here. Let's see, does this work? Yep. Camera works as intended. I am assigned. No, not really, lol. Did you hear about these? These nuts? Ah, got him. No. Lick my balls. Let's see, that didn't work as intended. Oh, dialogue object wasn't set. So this determines whether the I could set this here so that a certain dialogue object can set it. So it's much later on in a branching dialogue tree, you can set it to a different response event. Or so you could have multiple response events that do different things. So if I do this, these nuts, nothing plays here. No event plays here on that response. But in this one, the game object here is set to false. So not only can that test branching dialogue, but that also tests the how that works. Yeah, that's a lot of work that I've put into that. Although I feel like I could have done a much better job with certain ones. Yeah, this works. This is meant to restock ammo that will eventually be added. So far this is just a decoration object. Same with the shop, because the inventory system isn't fully implemented yet. But I'm hoping in the future that it will be. Let's see, what else did I plan to add? So switch here. I guess, do I really want to add a switch, like a switch that can be put here, and that can activate a bridge or something? That would be incredibly hard to implement in like a randomly generated. I know I brought this up before, but it's just, it's something I really wanted. I think would be cool, but at the same time, that might be a pain in the code. And I know there are certain players that would not want to walk around a procedurally generated dungeon floor where they have to look for a key card or something, or hit a switch that opens a door. That is something I don't know if people would find fun. It's gonna be interesting either way to try and put down. Move around a little. Okay, and stretch. I've been sitting in the same position for a while. Let's see here. See, where was I? So I think I did enough for as a test. One thing I know I for sure want to test is a chest, and I kind of want to model and animate that, but I don't know, like, guess I could put that over here. Let's see. Actually, do I have a chest model already? I think I do. maybe not on this computer. Maybe on my laptop. But I'm just gonna props chest. Oh, I do. How did I model this? Alright. I do that. And then, and I could always just mess with the scale later and resize it. Even though I would much prefer to keep these the original scale and not like scale it up like I did for this where it's like 8 to 1. I like to keep it like 1 1 1. At least for stuff like that. Like for example, this one, it's still like this scale. But I guess for like something like this, I kind of like, you know what, never mind. As I was, let me just go back to Blender. I could always just rescale. Let's say E, separate by selection, because I know I want this. Let's see. Chest base. Chest lid. This. Picking that. And then that. That's good enough. Let's see how this looks all together, though. Let's see. If I were to do... Yeah. This, and then... do... a little bit of a smart play here. That these match up again. Move this on the y-axis so that moves over here. And then do that. This edge, this snap tool is so useful. There we go. And now that lines up perfectly. Now it's just a matter of creating a texture and animating an open thing for the slid. What I'm probably going to do is remerge these together. Or maybe keep them as two separate objects and have like a base bone here and then a second bone where it's like, here, I'll just create a temporary armature to show what I mean. So let's do... I'm gonna push this over here, because this is just a temporary one where I just have, like, something like this. And, yeah, this just opens it. So it's like I have it like this, and then this, whole, like, top part here is tied to this bone, and this bottom part here is tied to this so that it opens, like, properly. That's one way I could probably animate this, since it's just gonna be, like, a, basically a, yeah. I don't really know how to put it other than it's just gonna be, like, snap off? Alright, good. Gonna change space so I have an easier time with this. This I'm gonna mark seam for mark seam. How I'm thinking for these is either to leave it like a flat texture, that, or do something what Ocarina of Time does for a chest. So if I how Ocarina of Time does it is that these triangle parts are basically, it's like, this is like
First blood.
Oh, that scares me every time. The fucking the Doom guy follow animation. Yeah, man, planet was taken. Thank you for the follow. Also, Nox7C9, if you're here, also thank you for the follow as well. How Ocarina of Time does it is that these are like their own, like, I guess one way to put it is, if I were to actually extract this, I see, man. The like yeah, my power cable is actually right here, and like I'm afraid like my cat would just hit the button and just shut it off because it has that like surge protector button. So like how Ocarina of Time does things is that like I could either approach these in one of two ways, where it's like I could optimize texture utilization instead of like an texture atlas. Yeah, I always get paranoid about that. Where it's like, oh man, that sucks. Didn't turn off though, huh? So it's like, I could either do it like a texture where it's like, here, let me just paint like this and have it like paint a rim around. Or what Ocarina of Time does is like, where it's like overlaps like this, and then it just like repeats. That's how Ocarina of Time does that one. I'm thinking of doing that method because instead of like how can I put this this side here being its own texture, and this up here being its own texture, I could just have it like loop around. Like how Ocarina of Time does it. But, I don't know. I don't know if that'd be, like too much, but yeah, I think that'll work. Mark seam. But they're like slices of cheese. I guess that's one way to put it. Same with here. Actually, I could just leave that as is. Yeah, I can, because it's just, if it's gonna be up here, then like I don't need like each one layering. So actually, I'm forgetting, like, what about down here? Yeah, same for down here. I could set these as like cheese slices. I guess I don't know if that coin was termed by someone else, but I'm using that term. Cheese slices. And then I could just like layer each and every one on and like copy all the vertices and like... Actually, it might just be easier if I clear the seams on all these. If I clear seam and then boop boop, because that'll be easier for me to know like which a triangle is pointing inwards. So if I do that, then yeah, I could just merge these together and then like fold them in like origami paper. Yeah, that works. Problem is, what about this? Centerpiece. What if I... Because like, I guess with this one, this way, there's a consequence of like these two polygons right here, these two quads, are not really needed. So if I move that, yeah, that's the most optimal way to do it, because I save a try here and then a quad here. Altogether, this model is 72 tries. Which I guess that's acceptable for Nintendo 64 standards, even if it's going to be up here. So, let's see, how does this whole thing, yeah, and I could just like make these like one solid thing so it won't matter. One thing the Nintendo 64 was good at was models, but bad at textures. And like the PlayStation 1 was good at textures, but bad at models. Texture, because because the PlayStation 1 was on a CD, the textures could be a lot bigger, like 128 by 128 for like a small, insignificant, like lamp or something like that. So here, I could just do this seam, that can be a seam. This can be a seam, and then this can be a seam. Let me just do that. Oh, no, I meant to do mark seam here, and then mark seam here. So there's one thing a lot of game developers, especially if you're like a one-man team, it's like certain people are better at like coding and like art or like music. And like I figured like, hey, if Toby Fox can develop Undertale as like do most of the art and music and coding, with like some help with like Temi Cheng, then like maybe it's possible for me to learn music theory and like art and like okay, yeah. That works. And then I can unwrap this. And then how do I want to do this? What was that? No, I need to... No, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. That can be there. That can be there. That can be there. And so what I can do here is, yeah. Oh, did I actually select something? Yeah, I did. Since these matches up here, and this is going to be the inside texture, and one is the outside texture. What I could just do is layer these in, and then just scale the points back up, and then fold it. Let's see here. Scale these up. There we go. I guess what I should do is get like a test UV texture. Yeah, I should probably do that. New UV color. I don't want 32-bit float. I want color grid. I'll set this as like 32 by 32. And then table that. Put these up here. Go to share editor. I don't really need to do this part, but like I just like prefer using diffuse. Do that. Go. Yeah, looks okay. And I can the vertex. Yep, pretty set. Then what I did. Let's see. Split by selection. Let's see. I want these to flow properly. Do this, and then I hold this in. That'd be the more efficient way to do it, but I could just mark the seams on everything, unwrap, and move everything off here. And since this is the front, use this as the base. What fell? Something fell. Yeah, that's not important. And this is the inside. That's the doesn't really have to be a particular set pattern. Let's see. Oop, oop. Which one is it? Divide to separate. Split. I should split these together. No, they don't. I forget how to split. Or I'll just unwrap it again and just make this. This is the front one, right? Yep. R90. R180. Oh, wrong. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. R180. I can use this. Actually, no. I can move and then here. Wait. This case. Hold up. I am a little bit confused as to what is going on. So if I move this here, that's on that side. But if I do S negative, no. Not that that matters. Maybe it does, I don't know. What is this? That is that one. Or is it probably an easier way to do this? What is this? That one is down. So I want to rotate this 90. Down. There we go. The individuals, just so I can know it's exactly the way I want it to be. This and do, actually I think it should be the other way around. Let's see if my cut is right. Yep. Yep, this is exactly how I want it. Perfect. I know it's not good practice, but this is probably the best way to do this. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, I can know exactly which is which. Yep. The white base is at the bottom. It touches. And then I can do this. 2, 3, 4. What is this? Is this the back one? Yeah, that's the back panel. So I can just do R180. That one fits like a glove. 2, 3, 4. What is this? This one? Oh, shoot. Which one is this? This is the bottom one? Yep. This one doesn't really matter, the orientation. I can switch to 180. What's this one? This one, no, it's negative. Oh, let's see. If I it's perfect. Now these, let's see, how do I want to do this one? Google Just to see, because like there's a texture I saw. Oh. Yeah, that's easy. And then... yeah. And perfect. And then for this, since they're the exact same size, I can just select the edge and then line that up. Select the edge here, line that up, and take the vertex there. Yeah. Wait, I did it wrong. They don't match up exactly. What I should be doing is this, that, skibbity, that. Wait, I done goofed again. Go here, here, perfect. And then what I can do is move that to the side, move that to the side, because I want there to be a pattern along the edge. So, sort of like how this pixel, these here, is like, I will scale this up to show. Like how it lines up here on the border, and I want this to be like this. Sort of like the match how like this will be scaled up. I could work on the texture work someday, but for now I should just focus on developing the here, let me just refresh that. Let's see, I need to figure out how to do this. So that's how I do it. I'm stupid, I didn't have to do all that work. But at least now I know how to separate UV islands properly. It was just wide. And I was like doing a bunch of things and like... oh my god, I am... yeah, this is big brain right here. What I want it to be the base. This one. So let me just... I see what I'm doing. I have to select the individual parts. Oh. I have to do Y and then click, Y click, Y click. Wait, no, I have to do Y and like physically move them apart. Or else they're just gonna remerge. There we go. Nice and broken apart. Perfect. Hmm. How much is that? Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. And I can just merge. 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 Probably not the best way to do it, but... oh, well. That is high res. That is better. in the span of 3 hours, I have created a new testing area. Right here. Right. If I have OBS again, right here. So I have this nice test area, so I can test my game a lot better. So if I run this, one thing I do want to change is how the campfire particles are handled. It's just like basically it's a particle that's like set to repeat itself forever, but I want it to be just like a single animated like thing. But the reason why I did it this way is because it's like it's a lazy way for me to billboard like that design in a way. So instead of like coding a billboard effect, what I could do is just this. And like it doesn't really matter because this campfire is probably going to be only in 1 or 2 other locations in the game. So like because of that, it only needs to do this 2 times, and like the game is locked to like 24 frames a second anyways. So it should be no dice. It's no balls. A little water area. There's this thing right here, so I could test combat later. I will replace that with an actual enemy. Yeah, I'm really liking how this is ending up. So like, as I walk around, I'm doing this to get a feel of like the of this. What I'm proud of mostly is like how I managed to get like most of these features over, although not entirely. So let me get rid of this. Ugh. I'm gonna reuse that texture. There's this like chain texture I have right here. Not like chain, but like a metal grate texture. And I'm thinking of reusing this like style for the chest border that I have right here, where it's like gonna be like a metal texture that like surrounds like the border here, and then like the border on the sides here, here. Sort of like Ocarina of Times, but I'm not gonna copy it like one-to-one. Like here, this is like actually like I think on the same poly count as Ocarina of Time's chest. Actually, no. It's actually lower poly than the chest in Ocarina of Time. Or at least I would hope. I can make it lower poly. But like, I don't really think I do that much effort. But I can if I want to. Like, what I mean by the style is like, if you take the Ocarina of Time's chest, you can see how like there are certain spots that like loop over. I can pull up an image on Streamlabs. Let's see, does this look bad? My only problem is that this is by... If I do this, just to get some perspective, feels pretty high res. Like, if I'm going to have it like this, I would have to make the chest like relatively big in order for like the textures. So like maybe I could just make it like 16 by 16. I don't know. I really don't know how I want to do that. Let's see here. So like, I'm thinking of maybe taking a quick break. I did a lot, and I know what I need to do next. So like, I'm probably gonna take a quick break and maybe move on to Tarkov. So here, let me just go to here, and I'm just gonna document what I added. So if I go to here and three. Debug scene created. Chest model refined. created and mapped. I know what I need to do in the to-do, which is make a chest texture. There are a lot of things I want to stream regarding the game. Mostly, I'm probably gonna stream the 3D art portion, or like basically what I was doing the entire time, where it's like I was making models, putting them in Unity and all that. Because I'm not sure if like watching me code or like trying to code very stressful things might be a little bit too boring. Where I'm sitting in front of like Visual Studio and I'm like trying to figure out, all right, how do I code this inventory system? But yeah, I'd say this game is like 70% coded, or at least like demo ready. So I'm now moving to an environment where it's like, yeah, I can now test all these things as like a sandbox. So like, yeah, and like I don't want to like insert dialogue in the game or like create like there are certain things I will stream and there are certain things I won't stream. I won't stream models or like create scenes or like code that might spoil the lore of the game. I do want this game to have heavy story, but like I don't want it to be like spoiled through game design. So I may just focus on like smaller assets like chests or guns or drawing. But like if it's like a character that's very important to the story, I will probably hide that part, because there are certain things I want you guys to discover. And with that, I am probably going to move to my break right now, because I was streaming non-stop for like 3 hours and like 10 minutes. And I do want to have this break. So, more coming up. Let's see. There we go. I should probably change it to add my itch. Okay, we are back. So, here, let me kick up my seat. Oh. Oh, okay, and let's reset this. Where is my... There it is. Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna move myself closer to the screen. There we go. Okay. 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 So, hi. Here I am. Yay. I'm gonna grab that real quick. Alright. Gonna do my keyboard setup. Because we are moving from playing, or well, making this game to, here. Why can't I edit my stream info? Let's save. Do I have to save the layout? Yep, because I accidentally changed some stuff. Let me change the stream info to, let's see. Oofing myself in Tarkov. Now that should update that I'm playing Escape from Tarkov. I hope. Let me exit out of that. Let me save my project. Testfloor.png. EDN paint.net is updating. It's time to open up Escape from Tarkov. Here, let me just... Changing myself from ore to line. Alright. Unfortunately, I cannot play Reserve because Reserve crashes my game for some reason or another. Just Tarkov just hates Reserve for some reason. Ever since Tarkov updated to 2019, I've just been having issues with it. So, I go back to the live scene and change it from game screen capture, and it should automatically pick up Escape from Tarkov. Well, emphasis on should. There we go. Much better. My insurance failed. Yeah, I got my M4 back. And at least a singular mag. Let's see what my scav case is. Not good, not good, not good. Okay-ish. I haven't done a moonshine in a while. Let me see. Is my super... Do I have a super water rating? No, I need to. Scav case. I always do 85k and not the moonshine or intel. Just because, I don't know. It's just like... I have enough room in my docks? No, I do not. I need another docks case or key tool. This I don't really need. I don't run 870s often, but it is an easy like 10k if I were to sell it. So I'm gonna sell it for 9,999. See if that sells. If not, oh well. This moonshine, I know I want to sell. For an easy 200k. Suppressor is bad. That's a bad suppressor. But oh well. I am thinking of going to customs with this rifle. Just because, like... Actually, no, I have a better option. Prapper. I think I still need to do Polikim Hobo. Yeah. And Punisher Part 3. So, I should be running around with the AKS-74U. Not with these, yeah. And I should... This AK always comes back in insurance. It's because, like, the AKS-74U is just... Well, the AK-74Us are just not good guns. Even at, like, Here, let me get my, let me get the meta muzzle brake on. the multi-thread. Even with the meta muzzle brake on at 54 recoil, this thing shoots up. And like, it is like near impossible to get this like below I think this is the lowest this gun can go. So like, yeah, and like the MOA on this thing, actually I would expect this to have a much higher minute of angle than a 3.51. Because that barrel is tiny. Because this is meant, because the AKS was meant to be like something like soldiers and tanks would have, or like heavy vehicles, or any kind of vehicle. So let's see here. What optic do I have? I'll just buy an EOTech if I can't like. Let's see. Because really, I'm just gonna be running around. Actually, this will do. So like. And like, I'm only gonna be running like a blue tracer in this thing. So it's like, yeah, this thing shoots up. Kind of hard to recoil maintain, but then like a regular like 5.45 AK, like the AK-74s. So it's like, if I try this again, yeah, it just goes all over the place. Even like if I'm trying to like control the recoil, that, or I might just be bad at controlling recoil. But like, I can just leave those here. I'm not running in with good stuff, just because like I'm kind of just like crap running with this gun. I don't expect to win many fights. But if I do, I do. Also, just fight me. I'm a standard account user. So let's see here. Let me open up my mag case, because I think I have some 5.45. And I do not. I do have this BSS one. Yeah. So it's like... Let me just... If I were to... Wait, is this mod? Is that a flat texture? It's here. No, that's actually bumped. Modeled. What about here? Yeah, that's modeled, huh? Sometimes I forget like how high poly some of these models in Tarkov are. Even like the mags. Like the P-mags. Actually, no, the P-mags I think are... These like rivets are textured. Not rivets, but like divots. There we go. Oh my eye. Because I just want to run around and kill scavs. I don't want to do this at nighttime because that's kind of hard to view. On like a viewer side of things. So just go to Peacekeeper and yeah, Magpul rounds are expensive from Peacekeeper. I'm guessing to just fill it with BT. Why not? Get one more and fill it with BT. Sure. Yep. Yeah. So my face isn't shiny. Let's see, what's done here? I think I had it. Yeah. And I'm gonna do that so I can hi. BP. Yep. Make some more BP. Go to customs. I don't really play Tarkov solo that often. Normally I play with like one or two other people, usually my close friends on Discord. Yeah, I think Smash Time is going to be a long time. I just hope these wait times aren't going to be as bad. And if the frame rate just, or like the bit rate just, or whatever, like the encoding just like completely craps itself because this is Tarkov, I'm just going to cut the stream. Matching for 3 minutes. Aw, this is fun. Oh, we're loading. Thank God. Loading loop. Yeah, the slow time wasn't bad. It was only like 5 minutes. Do I have enough mouse real estate? Yep. Awaiting session start. I don't think... Did I get into a dead lobby? I think I got into a dead lobby. Let's see. Oh, this is a bad place to be. Oh, that's by the train. Oh, that's choppy as all hell. Let's see here. Why is it choppy? Let's see. What if I do, and then... That work? Nah. Let's see. I should have went to an offer, but yeah, I'm cutting the stream.